What's up? What's up?
Are we live?
Yeah, we live. We going up right now. MuMu RedFern, RealSilly podcast of the people. Who called for on the show?
Look,
What's wrong with you? All right. MuMu RedFern, RealSilly podcast of the people. Me, MuMu RedFern. Double down.
Woo-woo.
L.
What's up?
Tim Dog. I might need to turn him down a little bit.
Way down.
You know what I mean?
So
low. But yo, I want to welcome y'all back. It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? A couple weeks since we did the show. It's been mad hectic. It's a lot of people going up, a lot of things going on. People got busy lives right now. We ain't got time to be doing podcasts every day because this ain't the bread and butter. Ain't nobody getting paid for this. This is what we do for fun. You know what I mean? So, introduce my peoples, and we're going to get right into it. So, first of all, I want to let y'all know, everybody's using a different mug. Everybody hold their mugs. The MuMu RedFern cups are in, what's that?
They can't see him.
Oh, they can't see them?
I can't see him.
I got the New Orleans Saints jump off right here.
I love New York. Y'all know that boogie down
Bronx! The MuMu RedFern cups are in repair shop.
Oh, shit.
And I just want to let you know something.
My mug says let me adjust my crown and get my day started. Yes, we had to cut off MuMu.
You know what I'm
We had
saying?
to hear about
No,
them.
they coming back. They part of the show. But right now, they are in the repair shop.
Oh, shit.
And I just want to let you know, Tim.
And this is not beer, everybody. It's not beer.
Tim, the niece who makes the MuMu RedFern shirts and cups or whatever, she wants to know why would you friend her and haven't ordered anything yet? She told me to personally ask you this question.
Because one, I'm still waiting for my better half to
Come up with a couple of things.
right. We got to come up with a logo, and I just wanted to make sure that she was the person.
And the
But
she
I'm definitely going to hit her up.
Okay.
So you let her know.
No, you let her know. You can tell her right now.
Oh, when you watch the podcast, I'm definitely, when we get together,
And
when
get
I
our
better
colors.
half and we get our colors and everything, we going to hit you up. Don't worry about it. We got you, boo.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, Lanice, you
All right.
heard it here first. They're going to support Crash by Lanice. She's on Facebook. Go and check her out. She be doing all that good stuff. Now, I want to switch gears and talk about something that's crazy because the show is just crazy. I don't know if y'all watch it or not, but I want y'all opinion because y'all going to know about the show regardless. Snowfall.
Nope.
No, but somebody was telling me about it.
Okay.
I think I got a little episode halfway, but I didn't see it.
I can break it down.
I never heard of it.
It's
Oh,
it's about the start of the crack epidemic, the
Right.
selling of it. So I want to go around the panel and tell me where were you and how did it affect your neighborhood and everything when the crack epidemic started? We're talking about the 80s now. So
Right.
Tim, how did it affect you and where you were at that time?
Me,
Yeah.
personally, it didn't affect me at all.
For real?
For real. Because
It
one,
wasn't selling where you at?
I mean, it might have been, but I was too busy doing my own thing, making my own paper.
Or what were you doing at that
I
time?
don't-
Ay,
it
Dios mío,
don't
ay,
matter.
Dios mío, ay, Dios mío.
You got too many
Ay,
questions.
Dios, cállate la
But-
boca.
What I can say is, I was working
Rebar.
2 full-time jobs.
Okay.
Dos.
So when the crack epidemic hit, did it affect your neighborhood in any way? For real?
My mother moved me from
I'm starting to feel
Yonkers.
real
My
bad
mother
right
moved
now.
me from Yonkers, New York, to Palm Harbor, Florida.
Ain't shit up there.
At that particular point in time, matter of fact, I remember writing a report on the crack epidemic and how it affected the
In school?
community.
What grade was you in?
In school, we not talking about that. But
We trying to talk about it, but y'all shutting me
we
down.
not gonna talk about
You
what's
all
about
about
what.
business.
That's what
But
it's
all
about.
I'm
Be
gonna say,
transparent.
all I'm gonna say is they moved us to Palm Harbor, Florida, and it was an all-white neighborhood. And we were the second black family in the neighborhood because the other one was military, and that's the end of that. So
And
was
thank
I-
God they was high yellow.
was we affected? No. I mean, I went through other issues
Oh my
while I was
goodness.
there, but they ain't had nothing
I'm
to do with
feeling
crack.
very, very. Oh my goodness.
I experienced
Double
racism,
down.
but that's it. I
Okay,
mean,
we're gonna get
that's
back to
enough.
that. Matter of fact, maybe you go ahead and hit that now. What racism did you experience during
Because-
the crack epidemic?
Because, well, I mean, for me being that I was black in a white neighborhood, and then be quiet, and then going to the black kids.
We're black, baby. We're black.
Okay, well, y'all got jokes. I'm black. Okay? I don't care. My mama black, my daddy black. Yes,
Everybody
as
black.
you can see, yes, you can see there's Caucasian whatever in me, but there's Caucasian probably in y'all too.
Wow.
It's in everybody.
Mulatto.
But that's what we're talking about right now.
But anyway,
She a mulatto cookie.
I experienced
Go ahead,
because
Mama.
the kids were bussed in from the black neighborhood to my school.
Mm.
And I didn't fit in with the black kids because of where I lived. They were like, "Oh, you think you this and you think you that," and it was
White
like,
kids.
right. And then a
Oh
white
my
kid,
God.
and the white kids was like, "You ain't nothing but
So how
Nigga.
did you fit in?
living in." So I ain't had no friends. I was living in Palm Harbor, Florida, with nothing, no friends, nowhere, until I met one girl from Brooklyn, New York, who was white. Her
Brooklyn.
name was Tabitha, and me and her became friends. And
Well, did the teachers like you?
they got a teacher, whatever, like that. But
Did they like you? Teachers gotta teach, but did they like you?
they don't probably even know my name.
Wow.
And then when I was time for me to like play or what, like we go out, not play, but lunchtime and stuff like
Recess.
that, right? It was a
You was dolo on recess until 10 p.m.
right?
Man,
Wow.
you had a sad
And
life
that's
during the
it.
crack epidemic.
I'm serious. It was
Shit
it was
better than being
ridiculous.
in the crack epidemic, I tell you that.
But at that point in time, that was my first experience having racism on both sides. Like I wasn't good. And I
Wow.
couldn't hang
You
with.
was
I couldn't be
stuck
with
in
the
the
black.
middle.
Right. I couldn't be with the black folks, and I couldn't be with the white folks.
That's messed up.
So that was that.
That's crazy.
Man.
Oh, that's why you wanted this chocolate.
They was calling.
Oh, dear God.
I was.
This is a family show, okay?
Right, I'm just saying I was either a bougie nigga on one end or a nigga on the other.
Wow, so nigga, either way.
Either way, I was a nigga.
Wow.
But that was it.
That's that Jay-Z song.
Either way.
I don't even rock with Jay-Z no more.
We figured that. We figured that.
But so what's your story about the crack epidemic? Because we talking about Snowfall, the show.
I
Yeah, I heard
never
about
heard
it, but haven't watched.
I
it.
never
I've been
heard
watching
it.
I love it.
I heard about it. I heard it was
Oh,
a
go
really
ahead.
great show.
It is. Real?
Yes, I am a recovering crack
How did you
addict
kick
now.
that?
For
'Cause-
20, how old is Janae? Janae is going to be 26, so it'll be 26.
How do you kick that?
Ooh, very hardly.
I know because I
a
saw
lot of
firsthand.
prayer, a lot of family support, and the will to want to do it.
So you'll be able to relate to what I'm going to say because, you know what I'm saying, I was just a kid during the
I mean,
crack
I tell you, I'm not going to say my age, but at first, they was cooking the coke and putting it on the back of the plate and burning and scraping it and smoking it like that. I remember when they started cooking crack and having a pre-bottle to sell to you, and I was a slash dealer.
I remember all the little bottles, every color top.
Hey, brown top, green top, red top.
Yeah,
top.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? They turned my building in RedFern into the Carter.
Sure,
They turned it into
sure.
the Carter. You know what I'm saying? There was one floor where they had changed the whole door and had a slide, dump off and everything. You know what I'm saying? We had family members who was stuck on it and it was selling everything in the house.
Yes, I stole
And
everything. in the house.
exactly, as a child, school started. I ain't have nothing because all that was disappeared and sold for crack. The crack epidemic did so
you gonna make
much.
me feel so bad? I did that to my kids.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make you feel
Christmas,
bad. I'm trying to educate people
Trying to
about
educate people.
the
Yeah,
show
I know.
Snowfall.
Just
Snowfall
a-
hasn't even gotten there yet. It's just now starting the second season. It hasn't even gotten there yet. But the show Snowfall is letting you know the effect that it
That's
had
Netflix.
on the community, and we have not recovered yet.
Never
You know what I'm
mind.
saying?
Never
Because so much damage has been done to certain families that broke them up and tore them up. And
Not
What
only
day it
that,
come on?
not only
it's
that,
gonna be on Thursdays.
on
Not
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna check it out.
The other thing to that is, like you said, why we not recovering from it is because even after a lot of us got ourselves clean, we started chasing meetings and stuff like that. So you still neglected the kids. The
Meetings? What do you mean
children
meetings?
going to NA meetings
Oh,
and trying to get yourself in recovery.
okay.
So then you were doing 20 meetings a day trying to make sure you ain't pick up no crack, but you still wasn't attending to the children. And so these kids wind up raising themselves
Yeah.
and having these younger kids. So the little crazy ones now that we just want to bust upside their head.
Yeah, they got a reason to be who they are.
Absolutely. You can't even be mad at them. Like I said, that was our fault. We dropped the ball.
Yeah. We didn't drop the ball because this thing, we didn't create this thing. This thing was
We did.
flooded into our community.
And it was.
And you know what I'm saying? If you watch the show, you understand how this
But
thing
instead
changed
of us
the
trying to
community.
help each other to build that thing up and come out
But
of
I mean,
it,
you have-
you sold to your mama and
Right.
everything
No,
else.
that's
So
right.
it's
Come
like-
back to the
That's
community.
You know,
right. That's
so-
right.
Because this happened in RedFern Project where I was, and when I left RedFern, which is Far Rockaway, Queens, and moved to Jamaica, Queens.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Jamaica, Queens. It was more suburban, right? I'm there, and right across from me, we had these old couple called the Smiths.
Still have
Oh, you had the Smiths too?
Yeah, but they left. They sold their house to this dude who had a jerry curl.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he fell into
Big
a
curl.
windfall of money,
Mm-hmm.
and he was on crack, and his house turned into a crack house, which right
Wow.
across the street from me. And now I just left a crack situation.
Right.
Every day, I'm going down to the payphone. When we still have payphones, I know y'all don't know about that.
Ooh, man, you better pay
I'm
for
calling
it.
911 and telling them about this crack house. Police ain't doing nothing.
Right.
I had to go down there and tell them shots fired, shots fired, shots fired, and put that address on there for them to finally come down and answer it. Finally, eventually they shut this crack house down, but it was the first time in my life as a kid. I mean, I'm not even a teenager yet. Being proactive, saying
Right.
not again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm shutting this down. I already been through this one time. I'm not going to do this again.
Right.
Wake
Right
up,
across
all
the
the
street.
food
I'm talking
gone
about.
and everything, child.
See, for me, it was different because
You bougie boy.
I didn't have people.
I can't believe y'all didn't go through
I didn't
I
have-
thought it was all over.
The people I hung with didn't do that.
Didn't sell
Did-
or nothing or did
I
smoking.
didn't say they didn't sell.
But that's what
Now,
I'm talking about,
I
because
knew
they
some
sold,
people
it
that
affected your
experienced something like
neighborhood.
that,
If
but
it
see,
sold,
I didn't.
it affects your neighborhood. Whether you're selling or doing, either
Listen,
way, it
listen,
accept, you know what I'm saying, it affects your neighborhood.
One of my best friend was up there with the selling, and he was like, "Yo, we gonna go. Yo, pick me up. We gonna go out." And I knew what he was doing, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna hang out with you. I got something to do. We'll hang out later." He did his thing, not knowing I was doing my thing, and he was keeping me away from what he was doing. And then on the other hand, he didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So you staying away from that too.
So-
at the same time.
So he was higher on the food chain than I was,
Yeah.
and
Because that was funny.
that was all good.
They made.
But as far as people using, I didn't hang around people like that, because when I heard about crack, they said if you take one pull, you hooked.
That's what I heard.
And for me, I don't even think at that time. No, that was before 85.
Yeah, we're talking about the 80s.
Yeah. I was just smoking weed, and that was enough.
I
That
know
was
that's
enough for me,
That was good weed back then.
and that
The originals.
Well, that's what I
and that was enough for me.
Because
Now
it
that
took
you
me
talk
on.
about.
I was about this tall, and they give me shots. You know what I'm saying? You know, what's it called? Gunshots, what's it called?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm a child. You know what I mean? And
shotgun.
shotgun, there you go. Shotgun. As a child, you know what I mean? So that's what I was doing back then, and didn't understand what the hell I was doing.
I've seen a whole neighborhood and whole family just dissipate. And I was smoking. My mother-in-law was smoking. My
I
husband
ain't
was
have nothing in
smoking.
the house.
My brother-in-law was the dealer.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
that's deep.
Yeah. So it was
That's
crazy. It was a
deep.
crazy.
Let's just let you know.
And that one hit thing. I ain't gonna say one, but 1.5. You fucked up.
But you know what? That's the
Yeah,
epidemic
yeah.
that really took
Because
our
you-
communities out.
Yeah, because I saw some things. I saw
Oh,
some
wait,
things.
I
I
mean,
saw
I
some
see like
things.
whole
people have
families.
sex with dogs for it.
Yes,
all
I saw
kinds of things.
people selling Tylenol in the little vial.
Like it was crack.
And then the retribution from you not giving me what I ordered,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Gunfights, fire, you know what I'm
Almost
saying?
got my brother killed. And my grandmama too, because I was taking her medicine and cutting it up and putting
You
the
see what I'm
bottle
saying?
out.
Right.
I done
So
seen,
yeah, I done done all that.
I done seen the dealers in the corners with the, you know what
I
I'm
see
saying, potato chip
somebody,
bag. They put it in a potato chip bag just so popo, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Oh,
They roll up
yeah.
on them, pat them down, I ain't got nothing on me. But it's
Right.
right there 2 feet away in a potato chip bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I done seen it all. I just want to let the world know. Snowfall is a great show. It's letting you know right now. Tune into it because you can see how this thing started and really tore us up. You know what I'm saying? It's only in season 2. But when you get into it, you know what I'm saying, understand that this thing was no joke. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that we created as a people in our own neighborhood. It was something that was brought to us, and the people who wanted to make money, they made their money. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time in my life I'm watching the main character named Franklin on the show, and I'm rooting for a drug dealer because he's such a nice guy. But it's not cool because what has happened overall. Now, I'm going to switch gears real quick.
Wait, before you, there's another show they have on there called Drug Lords.
I've never seen that. What's that about?
Oh boy, it tells you from
Like, what channel is this?
It's on Netflix.
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 They start off.
Netflix tell you the real thing.
Wow.
They start off
The new black and all that. Real independent.
because they start off with it start off with Pablo Escobar, and they did one on Nicky Barnes, old as hell, still talking about what he did and what he gone through now and how long he did in jail, and they got this female. They call her. She was the real queen pin. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, if you want to know it,
and people don't. I think on the last note is that the one thing we don't think about. We deal with issues today, face forward, but we don't think about the history of what brought us to where we're at. Yeah. Like if somebody's acting out or doing whatever, we judge them and say, "Oh, this person is this and that," but you really don't know how they grew up or what their family went through, or you don't know.
The background is important,
right? And you don't even know if that person was a crack baby or a heroin baby
and
or whatever.
And
there's a lot of them out there, and it's like we don't know.
Those are the ones that everybody got. Oh, he got ADD. He got bullshit. His mama was getting high while she was. And
you got that, or you got those that's being genius.
I'm lucky. I got high, but I got 4 kids. Veronica is the only child that I did not smoke crack during my entire pregnancy.
Okay, so how would you judge?
They crazy as fuck what they do.
But
I thank God every day because them kids should have some serious issues. Mm-hmm. They should. And
so what do you think about that? Let's go ahead and put it up there. Who do you think?
You hear me say I thank God. I said that before.
Right.
But
that's a reminder to us that we don't realize, what our generations have gone through.
Exactly.
And everything else like that. I ain't gonna get all deep into that, but
that's why I praise the way I praise. I know what I went through as a child during that situation. He protected me.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
When I say he protected me, I went through some stuff. Right. And he made sure the stuff that wasn't going to scar me. Right. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Now, I will say, I wasn't affected by the crack epidemic, and I don't even know if I should put this out there, but I'm going to put it out there, but not put it out there. I was affected by the cocaine epidemic, but not. I mean, I didn't take it, whatever, but it affected family members. Yeah. And that is expensive.
As hell.
And it's in itself. So that's what,
and
my family line.
You talking about that booger sugar?
Booger sugar.
Let me tell you something.
I mean, I remember seeing people sitting there cutting up on the table and sitting there, and everybody got their dollars.
You got stories with me, but
this what made me stay away from crack.
Dope, all that.
This what made me stay away from crack.
When Len Byers went down, that was
because I went
that basketball player that
and I was hanging out one night. I lived in Far Rockaway, Queens.
You live in Far Rock?
Yeah.
Where at?
Auburn houses.
Okay, because I was RedFern. That's what everything comes from RedFern. Okay.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm working in the city, and I'm hanging out.
Long travel. That A train to 113.
That's right.
That's a long travel, bro.
And I loved it. And I loved the commute, but I hated living out in Far Rockaway because in the wintertime, it was that
brick, that
bone,
that beach right there,
that
and
bone chilling,
the bay and the beach right there. It was brick.
So
and the airport, the airplanes flying right overhead.
So we hanging out, and it's the summertime, and it's like maybe now 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and me and my boy that I work with, we hanging out in the park, and he got a cigarette, and at that time I wasn't even smoking cigarettes, and he fixed the cigarette up, said, "Hey, try that." And he pulled the filter out and hit. And I was like, anything that's gonna get me that high that fast, I don't want.
I know that's right.
I feel you, bro. On the cigarettes, so first of all, cigarettes ain't supposed to get you high.
He put the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And I said, anything that get me high that fast, I don't need it.
Yeah.
And from that time on, I I had even stopped smoking weed by then. And I was hanging out with my best friend. We was in the projects. And it was a Friday night and we was hanging out. And I was on top of his stairs. Each stair got 12 steps going down.
Flight of stairs, 12.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hanging out with him and another dude. Yo, you want to try? Yeah, I'm going to try it. Sitting on top of his steps. And I start rocking back and forth. It wasn't even a minute. It wasn't even a minute. And I'm rocking back and forth. And he had to catch me because I was heading down the stair face first.
Wow.
Face first. I said after that, till this day, you ain't never had to worry about me. And that's what stopped me from doing crack because I was like, if I did that and crack is worse than that, I don't need it.
Right,
okay.
at all.
And I was scared of needles,
Right,
so I wasn't doing no heroin.
Okay, check this out. We really knocked this out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their personal story, but before we end this session of the podcast, I want to put one phrase out there and then get everybody's opinion.
Okay.
Because this doesn't happen. I haven't even heard this phrase since probably we were all kids.
Okay.
So I'm going to knock it out and go this way.
I hope it's
You gonna go to me first?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Latchkey kid.
Oh, I know that one.
I know what that is.
He don't know what that is.
You don't know
Wow.
what
Because his mama was always home for him.
Oh, okay. This.
She wasn't always home for me.
Latchkey
He
kid.
don't know the struggle.
Right.
I do know the struggle.
Loneliness.
Explain it to the audience.
Latchkey kids is when you get home from school and ain't nobody home. You got the key to your house and you go in there and you lock the door behind you.
Call your mama.
Call your mama. I'm home. She tell you don't go nowhere. You stay in that house till I get home from work. And don't let nobody in my house. If you let somebody in my house, I got your ass, they ass, and I'm calling their parents. And that's it. You stay in that house and done.
So you were a latchkey kid?
I was a latchkey
latchkey
kid. All the way elementary school, I was a latchkey kid. Middle school, I was like, hell, I was a latchkey kid.
My whole life.
My
Not
whole
only was I
life.
latchkey kid, but I had dragged my little brother and we laughed together.
Oh, and then when my brothers and sisters was born, then I had to be with
them.
them. Yeah,
Wait.
But the key kill it because they used to put on a shoestring.
That's what I was going to go to.
Yep.
And
The
you better be inside your shirt.
Inside your shirt.
Yeah, nobody knew
Key to
you
the
had a
house.
key.
Wait,
What's that
first
say?
of all, my mother worked up until I was in high school.
He had to defend himself.
I
But
did it
who
that
was
time.
I'm
home?
just letting you know.
Who was home when you got home from school?
Me, my brother, and my sister.
Who was home when you got home?
Who's
And-
the oldest?
I was the oldest.
But who was home when you got home?
Nobody.
Nobody was home?
So you had a key to the house?
So you had a key?
Yeah.
You were a latchkey kid.
Next.
Right. Anyway,
He don't know that
and
about-
anyway,
You never heard the term?
No.
Latchkey kid.
and we were badasses because we didn't listen to our mama anyway. And we
It's not bad.
had people coming up in the house.
Oh, so you no, that's not
let me
latchkey.
tell ya.
Latchkey
Okay.
was you follow the rules.
Oh no,
No,
we didn't
ass
know.
whipped.
They
No.
had their godmama that lived on one floor that made sure they was home. This is the family that, even though they grew up in the projects, they mama had clothes to school. They had clothes to go outside and play
Clothes
when they
to
got
church.
clothes
I
to
had
church.
that 3. I had that.
They had you had that too.
Yeah, I did.
You know, bougie man. And then they had different everything that I ain't had that.
So what's your latchkey kid experience?
I had fun as a latchkey kid. I had no problem.
You was dolo, you went in the
I
house.
went in the house.
You
I
followed rules.
went and picked up my brother, made sure he did his homework, cooked dinner, cleaned the house, did the laundry.
I mean, that's what
Because I know a
you
lot of
That's what
latchkey
I do.
kids. Because I mean, I had some neighbors. I lived
It
in the
made me
projects with
strong
latchkey
person.
kids, and we were over there partying. Like he was talking about partying hard, like his house.
Yeah, my house was the party house.
Exactly.
Now we had
All
to
my
sit-
friends came to my
But
house.
when it came to my place,
We
Nah,
hung
that wasn't going
No
down.
problem.
Plus, I had the nosy neighbors. Oh my God.
My mama and daddy came home early one day.
what happened?
Everybody shot out the house, running right past my mom and dad. Boom. And I'm like, oh my God.
No whoopings happened.
I,
Nobody got whooped.
no.
Everybody got out, so I mean.
Words were spoken and
Nah.
we was told.
Let me tell
But-
a true latchkey story where the kid got their behind whooped. Okay, so I was
Latchkey kid
10
story.
years old.
So you was
And
10.
I was 10 years old.
Latchkey kid.
Latchkey
That's the ages.
And my mother had to work late. And she said, don't leave her house, don't go nowhere.
That's what they told us.
Me and my friends took the 2 train.
Oh, you lost your mind. You ain't even on the block. She said,
we not even on the block. We hopped on the train. We went down to Brooklyn when we ain't had no business being.
And where you live?
In Mount Vernon at the time.
Oh my God! And you passed the Bronx and all that all the way. Oh,
went out to Brooklyn, go hang out. My mother called. My mother was
big game.
Then came whatever.
Okay.
Then I got home and my mother was there. But usually when she worked late.
Yeah.
So I'm opening the door and I'm like, oh. She was like, called my name and I was like, yes. She was like, bring your motherfucking ass up over here right now, blah blah. And I got whooped.
You supposed to.
How did she know?
You supposed to.
Because I was supposed to not go anywhere. She came home from work early than what she was supposed to. And so by the time, it take a little while to get back from Brooklyn
all the way to Mount Vernon.
You gotta take the Bronx. You gotta go to the 241st, take the train all the way to 241st, and then take the 40 bus all the way back on our side of town.
Right.
And then when you get off the 40 bus, you walk around the corner, then you go upstairs, and we lived on the 17th floor, and got up there and then opened the door, and she was there, and I got tore up.
You supposed to.
This is a recap of this episode right now. We're talking about Snowfall, the crack epidemic. We're talking about being a latchkey kid. And if all you people out there that don't know what a latchkey kid is, all you millennials, I know you have no clue what a latchkey kid is. But that's when you got a key to the house. Mama ain't home,
around your neck.
and you get to the house, and she tell you, "Don't you go nowhere until I get home." You got chores and
homework. You gotta cook. You better clean. You better take that laundry downstairs to the laundry room in the apartment,
right?
Because you ain't have no washer and dryer in your house.
Kid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all latchkey kids today don't even know what the term means. So now if you watch this episode, you know.
That's their house.
They independent.
Right. That's their house. That's why they got the key.
So I want to thank you for tuning in to MuMu RedFern RealSilly Podcast of the People. Thank you. Double down.
What was that?
Tim Dog. We done.
What was that? That was the poodle call?